What if I told you that the idea of contact lenses started not in a lab, but in the mind of one of history's greatest artists? Welcome to Makers Unveiled, and join us on our deep dive into both the evolution and production of contact lenses, from sketches to high-tech vision solutions. First, let us rewind to the 10th century and look at how we formed the idea that vision was caused by light reflecting off an object and entering the eye. As a child, did you ever wonder how we see? Did you think that if you shut your eyes and you couldn't see anyone, then no one could see you? Some ancient Greek scholars had less than conventional ideas of sight as well. The first maintained the view that rays came out from our eyes, a bit like laser technology today, and these rays were cut off by the objects in our vision, so sight was carried out through the movement of the rays from the eye to the object. The second idea said that we see because something is entering our eye which represents the object, in this theory, which was only speculative at the time, was backed up by Aristotle, Galen, and their followers. It wasn't until a physicist named Ibn al-Haytham carried out meticulous experiments on light refraction by lenses 1,000 years ago, which enabled him to prove the scientific explanation backed up by Aristotle and Galen. Fast forward to the 1500s, Leonardo da Vinci first conceptualized the idea of directly altering the eye's corneal power, illustrated in his sketches. However, it wasn't until the late 1800s that the first contact lenses, made of glass, were actually created and fitted by German ophthalmologist Adolf Gaston Eugen Fick. These early glass lenses were large, uncomfortable, and could only be worn for a few hours at a time, but the seed was planted. As we moved into the 20th century, the development of contact lenses accelerated. The real breakthrough came in the 1950s and 60s, with the advent of hydrogel, making them more comfortable and wearable for longer periods.
Today, there's a vision correction that can give you the attractive, natural look.
Bausch & Lomb soft lens contact lenses. I'm wearing them.
Lighter than glass.
Hydrogel opened the doors to the first commercially successful soft lenses, introduced in the United States in 1971. These lenses were easier to adapt to and could be worn by a wider range of people.
But you'd never know it. Ask your eye doctor if you can wear Bausch & Lomb soft lens contact lenses. He'll give you easy directions for lens wear and care.
Today, contact lens technology has advanced to include a variety of options, including lenses that correct for multiple vision problems, colored lenses, and even smart lenses that monitor health conditions. The process begins at the contact lens core, which is shaped with ultra precision to match the prescription of a customer. This core will be used as a mold for each contact lens, depending on its requirements. The core, once shaped, is now analyzed. The surface of it is studied for any imperfections, first by a technician through a microscope, then by a surface profilometer. Any imperfections could result in an unwearable lens. The cores are then coated with water-based release agents, which helps to prevent adhesion between the lens material and the mold. This particular agent is picked due to its compatibility with water-based lens materials. The cores are then loaded into the mold injection machine. A robotic arm pulls the molds off of the mold injection machine and transports them to the processing area. The excess polymer is snapped off and we are left with 12 molds of differing sizes. The sizes translate to differing powers. These molds are filled with raw material and sealed with more plastic. They are then loaded onto a conveyor belt where the molds are cooled, dried, and categorized.
Contact lenses can be customized to display unique patterns and colors. This capability has extended beyond just changing eye color to include intricate designs such as cat eyes, starbursts, and even logo designs for promotional events.
The contact lens molds are fed into an extraction machine. Which will drill the top of the mold, revealing the newly made contact lens underneath. The contact lens is then completely removed from the mold and set into trays to be sent off to the quality assurance process. A high-quality photograph is taken of each lens to be assessed further down the line. Things like dimensional accuracy, surface quality, and optical quality are studied automatically. They are then studied by humans to ensure they adhere to the optimum quality standards. The lenses are then hydrated before being sent to the packaging area. Before the lenses are migrated to their packages, they are filled with a buffered saline solution. Then the lenses are installed into their new home. Generic lids are added to the packaging before a laser marks them with their power and other product details. The products of the same type are collated in trays before being sent off to the final packaging process. The strips are loaded onto a conveyor belt before being pushed into their respective boxes. Even the lids and labeling are automated. The boxes are studied by a worker to ensure they all match before being added to larger boxes ready for shipping. And there we have it, the finished product, our contact lenses.